Hi, this is Christina with Tailor Made Mama, and we are here today because I recently got the opportunity to test out 3 of the different Ergo baby carriers. The original options carrier, the performance carrier, and the sport carrier. And we're going to talk about how they are the same and how they are different and the different features in all of them. So we're going to start by talking about how they're the same. If you take a look here, all 3 of the carriers have the same type of snapping belts. So all 3 of them have the 2 snaps with the little elastic loop. You slide them through the loop and you snap them together like so. And they all have this is the waistband, and then they all have the ones, the chest, I call it the chest strap, but if you're wearing them in the front, it would be the back strap with the same type of mechanism. They also all have these little nice handy elastic straps to hide away your extra straps. So if you're really thin or skinny, or your shoulder straps are really tight because you've got a really little one, these straps will get long. You can just roll them up and tuck them away into that elastic strap so that they're not hitting you in the leg or getting pulled on by another little kid that might be walking with you, and so forth. They also all come with the rain hood attached. They do have them placed in different areas in different ways, but they all have the rain hood that comes with them and attaches to goes over baby's head and then attaches in some way to the other side of the carrier. This one snaps into here like that. We'll get into some of the features that are available on 1 or 2 of them at a time here. The performance carrier and the original options carrier both have little stowaway pouches. This one has one right here on the side. It's perfect for like a cell phone or keys or an extra diaper, things like that. The original actually has 2 pockets, one here and one here, because the hood is actually stored on the carrier itself and not in one of the pockets. The sport carrier doesn't have a pocket, but that's separate from the hood, but you can store extra things in with the hood. A pair of keys or a credit card or driver's license, something little, can also be stored in there with the hood. The straps on the sport carrier and on the options carrier are pretty much the same, the shoulder straps. They are a very thick padded strap. The strap itself is straight. It doesn't have any real contouring to it. And they are probably good, maybe inch thick as far as the padding goes on those. The strap on the performance is slightly different. It's much thinner, as you can see. It is still padded, but not nearly as much as the sport or the original. And the straps are also contoured. Not sure if you can see this on the video here, but the straps themselves actually are contoured to fit better across your body. The biggest difference in the 3 carriers is the materials that they are made out of and their breathability. The performance carrier is made just for that. It's really designed to be lightweight, to be less sticky and sweaty, and a lot cooler when you're walking and running. It has the mesh opening here, as well as down here, which is where baby's bottom would be sitting. And it also has the mesh on the sides and on the straps where it would be sitting on your shoulder. This allows for better wicking of any moisture that gets caught up inside of here, and really does help to keep the carrier cool. The sports carrier, while it doesn't have the same wicking materials and things like that, does have a much lighter front and side than the original does. This part here, while it's still very strong, is much thinner and much more breathable. And there's also, as you can see, a nice little hole right here, which keeps baby's back a lot drier and cooler, and actually helps to keep mom or dad, whoever's carrying baby, cooler also. You can also see on the bottom here that the 3 bottoms that sit around your hips here are all different. I actually really did like the feel of the original. It is narrower, and it doesn't have this big scoop on the bottom, which when I was carrying him on the front, made made it feel a bit more comfortable. I didn't feel like I was walking into, you know, I didn't have this hanging over my butt or anything like that. It was just flat against my back and fit really well. The options carrier here actually comes, as you can see, this is just a plain black carrier. It actually comes with these snap-on covers, which are kind of fun, and you can actually change it up depending on what you're wearing or the season or what kind of mood you're in. They come with different snaps and covers, different prints. They've got bold prints, and you can see you can just change them out to give the carrier an entirely new look. I did really like the original. I thought it was great. I did find that, especially with the covers on them, that it did get a lot hotter and sweatier. This would be really great on like a cooler day when you're trying to keep your little one a little bit warmer. If you're out on a hot day hiking through the woods or the park, or at, you know, a campgrounds or fair, carnival or something like that, this probably isn't the best bet for a really hot day. It is mostly black. They do come in other colors, but it is mostly black as far as this one goes. So it does tend to hold on to a little bit more heat. But it was very comfortable. I loved the padding in the shoulder straps. It made carrying him on my back a lot easier. I also found that I really liked the way the chest strap was set up and the way it adjusted. I found it was really easy to adjust, and once it was on, and actually very easy, and it felt very comfortable. I felt like I was able to get it in a good place without a lot of fidgeting or a lot of work. Even when I had him on my front and I was trying to adjust it in the back by myself, it worked out really, really well. The performance itself is great for taking walks on hot days, being out. I definitely felt like this kept me a lot cooler, and it kept my little one a lot cooler too. You could tell when you took him out that he wasn't sticky or sweaty or anything like that. The meshing really made a big difference. I did have a little bit of uncomfortableness with this down here. I felt like if I didn't get it on just right, that it didn't feel right, so I'd have to adjust a couple of times. The chest strap here is actually set on like a little rail, and it's easy to move up and down, but I felt like when I had it on, it was difficult to get into position. Once it was there, it was fine, but you also get a smaller range of movement on this. On this one here, you've got this section here. You can see here that this is quite a bit longer. You've got from here to here. On the other one, it's maybe an inch or two, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're trying to get it in just the right spot, that really can make a big difference. As far as the sport goes, I really liked the sport. I had some problems with it though. My little guy is little. He's 15 months old, weighs about 25 pounds, and is pretty short for his age. I had a hard time getting him into this carrier correctly when I wore it on my back. For whatever reason, I couldn't get his bottom in the right place and get the carrier to come up high enough up his back. I'm not sure why. I tried it several times. On my own, I couldn't get it right. I did put my nephew in, who is a little bit taller and weighs about 10 pounds more, and got him into it no problem. The back height was perfect for him. It was just, for whatever reason, just my little guy that I couldn't get in. It is very light. It is very breathable. I didn't have any real issues, even taking him out on a hot day for a walk. I didn't have any real issues with it being overly hot or uncomfortable. This one is in black, but it does come in two other colors. So you could get something that was less heat absorbent, or that was going to give you more of a reflection of heat as opposed to absorbing it all in. Again, with the bottom here, I did find if I didn't have it on just right, I was running into some issues with the bottom part of the hip plate. But again, once I adjusted, got it set right, it was just fine. So those are the three Ergo carriers: the Sport, the Performance, and the original Options carrier. Overall, Ergos are great carriers. They really do make a good carrier. They were all very comfortable and all really have their own particular purposes and needs. I wouldn't be unhappy with any of them.